German American Parade is one of the largest celebrations in German culture in the United States, as well as the most colorful parade on Fifth Avenue. This is our 52nd parade, with the inaugural parade taking place in 1957. This year, our parade includes 27 groups from overseas that are musical in nature, include dance, or they march wearing special trachts or uniforms that signify their native town or group. We have hundreds of marchers from German American communities all over the United States, as well as many theme floats. Among the themes of this year's parade are the 20th anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall, which would not have been possible without the help and friendship of the United States. We also celebrate the 40th anniversary of the moon landing by German-American pioneer Neil Armstrong. We are also paying homage today to the 70th anniversary of the speech that baseball legend Lou Gehrig gave, another great German-American. This year's parade will be led by 4 Grand Marshals: Congressman Michael McMahon of the 13th Congressional District, who is German, even though he sounds Irish, Fox 5 News reporter Linda Schmidt, the A&P Chairman Christian Haub, and Ted Dengler, who is the co-founder of the Steuben Parade. The parade is always presided over by the Kornblumenkönigin, or the Cornflower Queen, also known as Miss German America, and her court. This year's queen is Virginia Kovac. He was born Friedrich Wilhelm Augustus von Steuben, and he became a soldier at 16, served under Frederick the Great with his father. Many years later, in Paris, von Steuben met Benjamin Franklin, who was then trying to get French assistance for the American Revolution. Franklin notified General George Washington about von Steuben and was invited to the colonies to meet with Washington. Steuben arrived at Portsmouth, New Hampshire in December of 1777. And in Portsmouth, in December, it's very, very cold. He was willing to help the Americans, and in January of 1778, the Continental Congress accepted Steuben's services. Von Steuben volunteered his services and later attained the rank of lieutenant general. He was then sent to serve with General George Washington at Valley Forge. When he arrived at Valley Forge in February of 1778, von Steuben was terrified by the state of the army and the soldiers. Supplies were not under account, soldiers had no clothing, and some of them had no weapons. Von Steuben immediately took control and started teaching marching, marksmanship, and battle tactics. He became instrumental in America's success for independence, and we owe so much to this great German American. And that is why we are here on the 3rd Saturday each September to honor Baron von Steuben.
up to the first grandstand on 79th Street, and they're going to be watching the parade from there, and they're going to join us at the end of the parade when we'll do the anthems.
A round of applause for the band as we see our first New York City Police Department mounted unit. Thank you very much for your service. This particular American flag once flew over the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. It was a gift from then-President Dwight D. Eisenhower. This flag was presented to the first parade committee by Congressman Albert Bosch in 1957. The German flag was a gift from President Theodore Heuss of the Federal Republic of Germany. This flag was presented to the first parade committee by Dr. Adolf Reifescheit, General Consul of the German Embassy in New York. The German-American Steuben Parade flag was designed by Gary Paul Grahl, depicting General von Steuben and a beautiful cornflower, Kornblume, bachelor's button. Coming up is Cathedral High School Band from New York, New York. Coming up is the Steuben Society of America.
This is Generals von Steuben and Washington at Valley Forge. This is sponsored by the Steuben Society of America.
And as I mentioned before, our independence would not have been possible for the United States without General von Steuben and General George Washington.
This is the Grand Council of Steuben Associations and Civil Servants, State of New York, President John Mollenkoiter, and the Executive Board. Police Steuben Association of Nassau County. Police Steuben Association of Nassau County is an organization comprised of law enforcement officers from police departments within Nassau County, New York. All members are of Germanic ancestry. The Police Steuben Association of Nassau County was formed in 1964 and is a member of the Grand Council of Steuben Associations and Civil Service in New York. The current president is Lieutenant Paul Schupp. Marching with the association today is Nassau County Police Commissioner Lawrence Mulvey.
Coming up is the Police Department of New York City. These ladies and gentlemen represent the New York City Police Department Steuben Association. These officers of the NYPD take great pride in their German-American heritage. This year they're celebrating their 44th year since their charter and are being led by their president, Detective Deborah White. It just so happens that today Deborah White's son is going to be our first junior general at the Steuben Parade, and his name is Sean Zenker. Grand Council. The association was formed
in January 2008, and the German-American officers are marching in their second German-American Steuben Parade. President Jane Manna is leading her association. Next, we have the New York State Court officers. The New York State Court officers Steuben Association is being led by their president, Craig Adams. Formed in 2007, this is their third Steuben Parade.
And passing by is the bus for the commissioner of jurors. I suppose it's okay to be on that bus.
Next, we have the Police Steuben Association of Rockland County. Formed in 2000, the association is made up of active and retired police officers that live or work in Rockland County, Westchester County, and Bergen County, New Jersey. The association is proud of its German-American ancestry and is honored to be marching in today's parade. Leading the association is the Clarkstown Police Department Honor Guard and President of the association, Glenn Dietrich.
And a round of applause for the police officers that keep Rockland County safe.
U.S. Customs and Border Protection. And marching with them is Officer Jane Manna. Coming up, we have Steuben Association Fire Department of the City of New York.
And we thank them for all of their service, rushing in to save those while the rest of us are rushing out.
Where's the party?
Coming up next is the Freiwillige Feuerwehr Hüttendorf. This is the volunteer fire department of Hüttendorf. And it says the birthplace of General Baron de Kalb.
In case you're wondering, Mittendorf is in Bayern or Bavaria.
Dankeschön für alles.
50th parade.
And make sure you hang around to the end of the parade and see them playing in Central Park. This is not a band that we have anything like it in the United States.
If you're heading into the big Oktoberfest in Central Park, please enter through the 86th Street entrance. Sachsen-Anhalt aus Deutschland. Again from Magdeburg. Magdeburg is the birthplace of Steuben. Beautiful city. Next we have the Fire Department of New York City, the Bureau of Training. We have on the fire truck, we have all the families of firefighters. Let's hear a hand for them too.
They also give us a great sacrifice. Thank you very much. Welcome. Thank you very much. Now we have the Volunteer Fire Department, Freiwillige Feuerwehr Weiblingen. Their motto is Junge Stadt in alten Mauern, Young City in old walls. They specialize in rescue, fire rescue, environmental protection, fire extinguishers, safety rules. Have Miss German America of 2009 here parade. That's Virginia Kovac. Accompanying Virginia are her princesses, Christiana St. John, Princess Christina Ostner, and our junior princesses, Annunziata Paolano, Sarah Murphy, and Isabella Keiko. And we have our very first junior general, Sean Senka. How about a salute, Sean? Excellent. We're starting the second division of the parade, Plattdeutsche Division. Plattdeutsch is the northern part of Germany and near Hamburg area. This is Plattdeutsche Verein of New York and New Jersey. Division marshals are Helmut Musculus and Nita Pistera. And now we have the Young German American Club, North Bergen, New Jersey. President Richard Vogel. The Young German American Club is celebrating its 13th year with an active social calendar of monthly events and a strong growing membership for young adults in New York and New Jersey.
And now we have a float, the Rheinische Sängerbund, and sponsored by Rheinische Sängerbund and Crystal Brook Resort and Mountain Brauhaus. If you need a little vacation with some delicious food, come up to the Crystal Brook in Route
been in existence since 1965 and has been playing for 40 years. The original goal of starting the organization was to encourage the youth to learn and play instruments. Those who wish to acquire an instrument are able to obtain an interest-free loan from the club, which has been the practice since the club's founding. The group has over 100 musicians led by 2 conductors, a beginners group, a youth orchestra, and a main orchestra. They give many concerts throughout the area and play popular music as well as religious pieces. This year they often march, parades, and give concerts. Our float, Little Miss Schützen Park, sponsored by Steuben's Provisions. Little Miss Schützen Park, Queen Jamie Fick, First Princess Julia Danishevsky, Second Princess Marlene and Sin, and her court, Lauren Ganelli, Annalyn Williams, Helen Grew, and Paula Adel. Welcome, girls.
Schloss Neuhaus 1913. Henrikas Brüderschaft. This group comes from this is a citizens rifle club, and they come from the center part of Germany. It was grounded in 1924. It's a beautiful little town. The name Schloss, of course, is a castle, and the town center is adorned by a beautiful castle surrounded by a moat. Come and visit. Guten Tag.
Welcome to America.
Those of you who are going to join us at the Oktoberfest, the German-American Friendship Party, and Oktoberfest in Central Park, please enter through the 86th Street entrance to my right.
Coming up, our next float, Killepitch, sponsored by Niche Import. On the float, the New York Schützen Corps, the Ladies Auxiliary, their president, Anna Hamburg, is on the float, their King Johann Weizenneger, and Queen Lori Zwina. And Killepitch is an herbal liqueur. But when you've had a little bit too much Wiener Schnitzel, it settles the stomach. Maybe it's even better if you chase it down with an Oktoberfest beer.
Hey, any samples here? We're all waiting for samples.
Coming up, we have the Fritz Reuter Altheim float, the home that love built, sponsored by the Friends of Fritz Reuter Altheim. Fritz Reuter Altheim is a home for senior citizens where you can relax and live out the fun part of your golden years.